The Border Gavaskar Trophy will in all likelihood see the return of one man, one rock star by the name of Ravindra Jadeja. Now again, Jadeja has always been one of those people who, as an all-format player and who really plays a very specialized role within the team, has always been seen as almost irreplaceable, and it is perhaps Indian cricket's credit that they have been able to do without him for over 5 or 6 months now. And they've been able to actually not just survive but thrive without Jadeja in the team. But having a fully fit Jadeja, always something that's massive. And if a recent interview that Jadeja did with BCCI.TV is any indication, he himself can't wait to get back out there in the India colours yet again. In fact, let's just quickly go over some of the more interesting things that he said in this particular interview when he was talking about, of course, his comeback process, why he chose to get surgeries, things like that. Pretty interesting stuff. So let's just delve into it. First off, why exactly did he decide to take surgery at that time period? Now, he said that, look, doctors had advised me to do it before the World Cup because the chances were less of playing at the World Cup had I not gotten the surgery done. So it does actually tell you a picture of how grim his injury was, that even if he had to have the slightest chance to play in the World Cup, he'd have had to undergo surgery. But once the surgery was done, it became evidently clear that he was never really going to stand a chance to be fit for the World Cup. But getting that surgery did actually, or will actually, help him out in the long run, because again, had his injury not been surgically repaired, he might still be out and still be struggling for fitness even at this very moment. But this wasn't the only interesting thing that he spoke about in this particular interview. Another interesting thing he talked about was, of course, the recovery period. And of course, recovery periods are never pretty. That's exactly what he says here. He said that, look, the recovery journey, it was quite up and down, because if you stay away from cricket for 5 months, then it is a little bit frustrating. And obviously, these are sentiments that, truth be told, anyone could understand. You don't need to be playing sport professionally to understand the fact that if a player is out of the game for a long time, naturally, this is something that they know as a second nature. If you're not able to play and your focus is entirely on recovering from an injury, then it does get very hard. But luckily for Jadeja, he was in very good hands at the National Cricket Academy, or the NCA, because as he himself pointed out, the kind of care that they were taking care of, they were giving him in the NCA, it really spoke volumes as to just how much or how invested they were in his particular recovery. Because if you, again, there's one more interesting thing he said, and he said that, look, the physios and trainers at the NCA have worked a lot on my knee and given me a lot of time. Even on off days, they used to especially come for me, and that itself speaks volumes about just how dedicated, of course, the NCA staff are, but also just how important a player Ravindra Jadeja is to this Indian team. Now again, you remember that NCA, the off day is generally Sundays, so it speaks volumes that the physios and trainers were actually coming in even on Sundays to help out Jadeja, give him that extra care, that extra attention, so that he could recover much quicker. So it is a massive positive, and perhaps that is why he's actually fit so quickly. And again, you remember that his NCA report was due to come in on February 1st, where he was given a clean sheet of health. But even before that, he had already begun playing Ranji cricket, and that, the NCA does tend to get a bad rep in recent times, considering just how many recurring injuries certain players have been having. But the folk over there do seem to be putting in some good work, as can be evidenced by what it is that Jadeja said here. Among the other things that Jadeja said, and this one is rather more obvious, is where he said that, look, I'm excited to be back in India blue again, and I can understand that. But what about you guys? Are you excited to see Jadeja back? Do you think he should be a guaranteed starter come the Border Gavaskar Trophy's first test? You can let us know in the comments below, and don't forget, like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon so you know when it is we're going live or uploading a new video, and don't forget to also follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook as well. Thank you all once again for joining us in this video. If you're already on the channel, don't forget to check out some more videos that we've put out, and for now, goodbye.